Hey friends, it's Lisa Young Sutton with the fourth and final video in the Directional Q series. And today we will look at the ring, the book, the letter, the man and lady, the key, the lily, and the cross. And I am using the same deck that I used in the last video. And I know I was telling you that I really liked it because it has the correct near-far rhymes on the cards, which were taken from Erna Drosbeck's work. And yes, thank you to, I can't remember who that was, that told me that I said she was German. No, I knew she wasn't German. She's Dutch, so that was just a slip on my part. So yes, she is Dutch. But I would like to point out that there is a little problem with this deck, as you can see right here. The man and the lady are not looking at each other. And yes, to traditional readers, to directional readers, this does make a difference, okay? Because, yeah, I know, if you put them like this, they're looking at each other, but that is not the way they fall. Naturally, in a grand tableau, their houses are 28 and 29. Okay, so if they fall in their houses, which is where they want to be, watch the cards in their own houses video, they're not looking at each other, and they should be. So come on, US Games, could you please pay attention to what you're doing? Thank you. All right, anyway, thank you to Swan22 for telling me about the Red Owl deck. I know I mentioned the Blue Owl and the White Owl last time. How many owls are there? I don't know. But the Red Owl, I just ordered the deck. It was very inexpensive. I ordered one on Etsy. So when I get it, I will check out those rhymes, make sure they are all good. I'll check out what direction those the man and women are facing, and maybe I'll have my perfect deck. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I'll still use this deck. You know, I can deal with that. So all's not lost. So anyone who ordered it because of the video, don't worry about it. It's an inexpensive deck. The rhymes are good, right? You'll still use it. Okay, let's start with the ring. Boop. Okay, the ring. When to the right of the seeker. Here we go. We'll use him as the seeker. When it falls to the right, it indicates a continued bond, union, or relationship. And the closer it is, the stronger the bond. Okay? To the left shows a possible separation or disregard for the union. Notice I said possible separation. You need all of the cards to tell you the full story. All right? The further away it is, the greater the possibility of a split, or the more significant the negligence. Okay, so here we go. The further away, of course, what that means is there's cards in between, right? We're talking about grand tableaus here. This is where the directional cues started. All right. Yes, you can use them in small spreads too. All right, but here we go. So the further away this is, the more significant the negligence, or the greater the chance of a split. So, oh, there it's gone. Oh, he's probably divorced now. Okay, here. All right, so the example is that when it's to his left, but it's really close, either touching him or one away, those are the comfort zone spaces, right? It's saying that there's a problem here, but it may not be too far gone because it's still very close to him. All right? You need the other cards to validate that. Okay? But if it's to the right, what it's saying, because we read left to right, that's the flow of energy, right? So he's moving into this. So during the time frame of the spread, there will be a continued bond. The closer, the stronger. So this would be perfect, right? But if we move further away and we have a bunch of cards in between, there's still, during the time frame of the spread, there will still be a connection, but it's not as strong. And the cards in between will explain why. They will tell you the story of why it's so far away. Okay? All right, let's go to the book. Libro, ¿dónde está mi libro? Aquí está. Sorry, it's the end of the day. I'm very giddy. Oh, I'm always giddy, but I'm giddier at the end of the day. Okay. It's great being happy. Okay. This cue is based on the image as it appears on the deck you are using. Okay, most traditional decks have show a closed book with the spine on the left and opening on the right, just as you would lay a book in front of you to read. Okay, so the cue is this, and just work with the image you have. Okay, now here, even though this is an open book, you can obviously see that the spine is on the left. All right, so let's see. If the spine is facing the seeker, if the spine is facing, excuse me, if the spine is facing the seeker, whatever the book is hiding will most likely remain hidden during the time frame. Okay? And the closer the book falls, the more significant the secret, right? Because anything that falls close is significant. Right? So that's valid for any cards, right? But the rule for the book is when it falls close, the secret is more upsetting, most likely, okay? But I find that the surrounding cards really will, validate that or not, okay? But that is the cue, and I mean, overall, I do find that a valid cue. Okay, that the secret will be a bit upsetting when it's this close. All right, so if we have man, boop, 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 man, where? Okay, here, let's have man to the closed side, to the binding side of the book, and then the key. Now, in this case, the key, I'm not going to get to that cue yet, but that's part of it because we have two directional cards here. All right, so here, because he is to the spine side, it's saying that he will not discover a solution during the time frame. All right, now what if we had him on the open side, and let's put the stork over here. All right, so this is saying there is something he's about to find out, because he's on the open side now, right, about a change, but because this is so close to him, it's going to be a bit upsetting. This change is going to be a bit upsetting to him, and he's about to find out about it, okay? Again, like I said, the surrounding cards will tell you more about that situation. Okay, now the cue for the letter is based strictly, is only used with the seeker cards, okay? Whoops, sorry, I bumped the camera. Okay, so if the letter falls behind the seeker, now notice he's looking at it, but I still read left to right. You know what, maybe I should just put her here so I don't fry your brains. But here, this is still behind him, is what I'm saying. Even though he's looking at it, because I read left to right, this is still behind him. This is in front of him, all right? But I'll just use her for the example, because then it looks more like it's behind her, right? So if the letter is falling behind the seeker, it shows that they are sending the message. The message is coming from them. If it falls in front, they are receiving it, because you read left to right, because of your flow of energy. So this is behind her, so she already owns this, right? This is coming from her. Here, she's moving into it, okay? So it's coming to her. She's moving into it, okay? So it's coming from outside of her. So here, she's receiving it. Here, she's sending it. Sending, receiving. Okay. All right. Now, the cues for the man and lady are simple, and they're cues that I don't actually follow. But I know a few readers that do, not too many, honestly, because people want to read left to right, right? So what the cue is saying is that whatever direction the seeker card faces is the direction you read the entire spread. So if you were laying a grand tableau for this guy here who's facing left, you would read the entire thing from right to left. I mean, you know what I mean? Your flow of energy would be moving from right to left. You would read your lines. You would start reading over here and you would read them. I can't do it. Sorry. Tried, can't do it. Didn't make any sense to me at all. All right. Okay, now the lily. The lily is a vertical cue. Come here, lily card. And, you know, the lily is the card of virtue and honesty and decency and sincerity and all that fun stuff, right? So the card that falls directly below it is being blessed by it, okay? Vertical interaction, this is impacting this. This is the benefits are raining down. Remember, you want positive cards right above, okay? They're just raining down. So here she's being blessed by the lily, okay? But here she's trampling it. Ooh, this is a sign. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, there we go. Here she's trampling the lily, okay? So the further away it falls, the less the impact, just like any other card, right? The further away, up here it's good, right? Up here it's still good. This is still good, right? But not as good, okay? Less impact the further away. That's the rule for all the cards, okay? So, what this is saying here is that if it falls directly below your seeker, they're doing something, or the partner card really, but they're doing something morally questionable. Okay, anything from infidelity to selfishness, right? The cards around will explain what the story is, and like I said, the further away, the less severe. All right. Now you do want to take note if any life area cards are falling above the lily or crushing the lily, right? So like what if you had the garden? Where's the garden? I know oh, here it is. So like what if you had something like this, right? Or even if she was over here but still above, you know, the lily, right? The lily was still below her. Let me put it that way, it's clearer. Okay, the lily is still below her, even though she's over here somewhere, but here is even worse, so we'll put her here. So this is telling you that she's doing something wrong, something, you know, questionable when she's out in public regarding other people, okay? What if this were her work card? Then you would know that she's doing, here my work card is the moon, right? So now you know that she's doing something dishonest, right, at work. Okay. Oh, I have a good one. Wait, this is, because this one, I've gotten this already in spreads. Here we go. Wait, hang on. Where's the ring? Give me a ring. Jeez. At least I'm starting to pay attention to what you're seeing rather than just looking at the cards myself. There, I think you can see it now, right? Okay, so this one, this in the reading that I last saw this was infidelity, okay? But here, he's standing on the fox, so we know already he's being sneaky about something, and the ring is crushing the lily, so it's regarding a relationship, right? So here, this was a sign of, or this did tell me that he was unfaithful. Okay. That with other cards, you know, I always have to point that out, right? Because that just alone on its own would not, you couldn't just say, oh, he's cheating on you. No, you need to read the entire spread. Okay, let's do the key. Where are you, key? Key. Come here, key. There you are. Come here, come here. Okay, the key. The key says yes to whatever card it follows. Whatever card falls before it is a sure thing. This is the yes card. Okay, so whether it's positive or negative. So if we put a negative card there like the mice, all right, and let's put a person here. Okay, so here, he's going to find a solution to this loss, but the key following this is saying, but no matter what, there's going to be a loss, all right, and there's going to be a mess to clean up afterward, all right? So he may find the solution to it, but it doesn't matter, there's still going to be a loss, all right? Or if you had the whip here, right? This is saying that he may find a solution to this fight or this argument, but no matter what, the key is saying it's going to happen. Anyway, there's going to be a fight. Fight's on, but he will find a solution to it. Or it will open a door for him or something, you know. Okay. All right, so let's do, or what if we put the sun here? Let's do something, let's do a happy one. Ooh, right? So, yeah, so the sun is definitely going to come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. But this is also saying that, you know, whatever he's asking about will definitely, he'll succeed. It'll thrive. It'll be successful, right? Okay. And the last one is the cross. Okay, so this is also primarily a vertical cue. There's also a horizontal cue, which I will explain. Okay, so the card falling directly below the cross. I'll just stick one here. The card falling directly below the cross is being pinned down by the cross. It's right. The cross is planting itself in the card below it, so it's forcing it to accept its oppressive energy, its negative energy, right? But any card falling above the cross is still, you know, it's touching the cross, right? So it's still feeling the impact of the cross, because the cross is considered the most negative card in the deck, just as the sun is considered the most positive card in the deck. So, you know, being this close to the cross, it's still feeling its negative impact, but vertical interaction says that this card is impacting this one. This card is rising above. This has risen above it, right? So you definitely, this is so much worse. So much worse than that. Okay. Now the horizontal cue is this, that the card to the left of the cross is being diminished, right? And the card to the right is gaining in importance, right? But you can say that of any cards, because you read left to right, the forward flow of energy is making any card here stronger and any card here weaker. So to me, that goes without saying. It just goes without saying. So I consider this the primary cue here. But I will give you a couple horizontal examples, because most people read horizontal lines, right? Yeah. So what if we had here? This is a good one. Like, what if we had cross and ring? Like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Okay. Here, you're bringing this hardship to the commitment, to the union. All right. So you could say that you're bringing a sense of duty to an obligation, right? But here the obligation is stronger because you're moving into it. All right. So you already came with this sense of duty and you're bringing it to the obligation, but the obligation is stronger. But if we had it the other way around, now you were already committed to something, right? And that commitment is now becoming a burden because you're moving from the commitment to the burden. Okay? So what if we had where's that sun? Where'd that sun? Here it is. So what if we had the sun here, right? So we could say that this is going to be a sunburn. You were in the sun and now you're suffering, right? We could say that's a sunburn. That's it. That's it, my friends, for the Directional Cue series. And, like I said from the start, you can choose which directional cues you want to use, if any, which ones you don't like. Like I said, I don't use the directional cue for man and lady. And like anything else, don't let it stress you out, because like anything else, the more you think about it, the more you use it, the more you practice it, it becomes second nature, and then you don't even have to think about it anymore. Okay? So if right now your head is spinning from all these cues, don't give it a second thought. If any appeal to you, put them in your tool belt. Make them part of your practice. Otherwise, forget about them. You don't have to use them. Your rules, your tools, your rules. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. As always, have a great day, great evening, whatever it is, where you are. And as always, go play with your cards. Bye-bye.